Hi there again, and welcome to part 5, the final part of making Mr. and Mrs. Claus. I was too excited to have this done for you all to get it finished before Christmas. So here we are doing some finishing touches to our mittens that we had made for Mr. and Mrs. Claus. You can also add some frilly bits around the end of the mittens, like we did on the jackets. This is a final touch of either PVA mixed with equal parts water or a fabric stiffener that allows your hand to be more sturdy and for the wool to stay on. So we are moving along and making the props. We are going to make Santa's bag. To be clear, I only sewed on the sides of the bag. I want both ends to be open, so basically you're kind of made a cylinder fabric shape. I folded the sides down and only tacked the sides so I could have two openings, so I can run a ribbon through it, and you'll see that in just a second, right here. So that way I can run ribbon through there on both sides to go around the bag. Okay, so we're looking at the bottom of the bag, and I had remembered when I made this before, I had some problems with the way that the bag set. It didn't sit right, so I wanted to try something new, or different, not new, and try to cinch the bottom. I did this with a running stitch and then just pulled it tight. So before I tied it into a knot, I did a little experiment to see if it's going to do what I wanted it to do. And it did, so then I tied it off. And if you have any fabric bits or pieces, this is a great way to use them by filling up Santa's bag. Here we are going to start threading the ribbon through to have a decorative look for the outside of the bag when we turn it back through. You have to cut holes that will go all the way through so you can kind of sew that ribbon in. And ta-da! You have yourself a Santa bag. Okay, so now the bag has to have some presents jutting out of it, sticking out of it. So we got to make some boxes. Once again, I am using things I already have, such as manila folders, like file folders. I have tons of those. They were given to me quite a few years ago, and I'm almost finished through the whole stack, but yeah, I use them for my crafts. Without a shadow of a doubt, I am sure, almost positive, that there's probably easier ways to make boxes or better ways. But this is how I do it. I am not super precision. So yeah, I decided for this, I wanted some shiny paper. And of course, you wrap the present. And then the other one, I wrapped in fabric. I wanted Santa's bag to have a slouchy look. So I ran some thread with a knot on the end, of course, up through the middle And then I create stitches to create that look and then run it back down through the bottom and then back up through it again to go on the other side to stitch more stitches to make it look slouchy. You knot off at the bottom and then you pull the needle and thread through the middle again and snip, and it will bury and hide your thread. Okay, so there you have it, your slouchy Santa bag. Now we are on to Santa's teddy bear. Draw you a body and a head, and then you have your 2 templates, and then cut out 2 pieces for the body and 2 pieces for the head. Make sure that when you go to cut out the second shape that you flip it over on the opposite side, so that way you get a mirror image. Then we are going to blanket stitch all the way around the teddy bear's body, but we're going to leave a hole at the top to actually stuff him. So you go all the way around with a blanket stitch. Make sure that you leave the hole big enough so that way you can have enough room to wiggle that stuffing in there. And you can choose whatever you would like for your stuffing. You can use scrap fabrics or wool. This particular that I'm using is polyfill. Once you are finished stuffing, then you blanket stitch the hole closed. I also forgot to mention that this teddy bear that I'm making, I used regular craft felt. It is acrylic felt. It is not a wool blend or anything like that. But, however, you can use whichever you choose. You do the same thing and do a blanket stitch around the head, leave an opening, stuff, then close. I am about to blow you away with my amazing embroidery skills. No, not at all, actually. I'm just going to use some thread and create some eye slits. But definitely nothing fancy. I know, y'all are blown away with that, right? But no, in honest truth, simple little things can make such the sweetest and cutest touches. So I used craft felt for the nose and used a Sharpie for the mouth. Attaching the head, and to be fair, I kind of felt like it kind of looked like a cat bear. Moving right along, and I see Mrs. Claus is now at the seamstress, and she is getting fitted for her skirt. I am using fabric glue to actually create the bottom hem of her skirt. I doubled the waist measurement to 14 inches long, and I made it 5 inches wide. I take the 2 edges, pull them together, sew them by using a running stitch. This will be for the top of the skirt. I add a few pins in there to keep it in place because I folded it over. And I am using a running stitch again because I want this to pull and gather and kind of create somewhat of a pleated look, a gathered look. Before I knot it off, I kind of mess with it and pull it and get it situated. Okay, so it is boot time, and I have made boots in other videos of mine. And I also wanted to add that if you need to see the jacket, it's in part 4. I did the same thing that I did for Santa for her jacket. Sometimes I will actually sew in this foot pad, and other times I may just glue it to the foot and then sew it to the boot once I have it on. I know it seems like I do things different just all the time. It's on a whim, I'm telling you. Do a blanket stitch all the way around, and then here I take a little bit of black paint, use the dry brush method, and kind of weather these boots up, make them a little dirty, scuffed up. Congratulations, you have finished your Christmas couple. They are all ready to go with all their props and clothes. Thank you so much for joining in the fun, and until next time.